everyone, my name is Molly Manson and I will be presenting question 10 on how to draft a legal opinion letter. Before I begin, how many of you know what a legal opinion letter is? Today I will be explaining the procedure of how to draft a legal opinion letter, how to ethically advise clients on moral issues, and finally, how to interpret a real-life judicial opinion rendered by the Massachusetts District Court. Now we will begin discussing the procedure of how to draft a legal opinion letter. Prior to drafting any kind of legal document, may it be a case brief, a legal memorandum, or a legal opinion, it is always smart to first think about how you plan to organize this letter. By organizing it properly and neatly, it not only conveys its purpose clearly and directly, but also it can be easily understood and can even serve as a reference for your own personal use. Before even reading the first sentence of a legal document, most people already have a preconceived idea of how they plan to interpret your opinion. Whether this be from their own personal stance on a matter or any research or experience they have received, we want to try and deter them from having any fixed opinion on what we are about to say. In doing this, we want to add just a brief outline at the very beginning of our letter. This could take the form of an intro paragraph, a table of contents, or what I would recommend, an overview. Will be a mini intro paragraph, then a listing of the issues, and finally a brief answer on how we plan to address those issues. Once we have given our overview, next comes the part where we really suck them into our opinion, the discussion of the facts of the case and what specific points have led us to our opinion. This will most likely be the bulk of our letter, which is why we want to stick it in the middle. By making our intro short and sweet, it gives the client just enough information to hopefully make them forget their own opinion, but not enough information for them to stop reading. Finally, we will conclude our letter with a detailed prediction of how we believe the law applies to the case at hand, and our recommendation on how to handle it. When choosing an attorney to give a legal opinion, the idea of whether to choose in-house or outside counsel will arise. While inside counsel may be able to better address corporate authorization and contractual matters, outside counsel will usually specialize in a particular area, which may give the client a more intimate look at the issue for which they seek a legal opinion. If you are working as in-house counsel and have been chosen to write the legal opinion, ethics will arise, and it is important to always act in good faith and in the best interest of the company. While this may sound as though I am telling you to always do what benefits the company financially, what I mean is to always do what will provide long-term success for the business, even if that means rendering an unfavorable opinion. Ethics also come into play in terms of the opinion itself. Generally, a client will seek legal advice because they genuinely want to know whether they have a case whether their case is viable. This requires some directness and must be approached honestly. For example, if a client seeks advice on a case that you know doesn't have a shot, it is your moral obligation to include that in the opinion. Advising the client to proceed on the mere basis that representing them will give you some per hour money, even if you know the case won't win, is morally and ethically wrong. In the case that a client does come to you and you believe the cons of the case outweigh the pros, it is very important to outline your reasoning within the opinion. In many instances, one may put the likeliness of success in their overview portion of the opinion. That way the client is very clear about what the professional legal opinion is on the matter. In terms of advising clients of legal boundaries and uncertainties, it is important to keep your reputation in mind. Legal opinions will be compared against other attorneys' legal opinions. In this case, finally, I want to talk a little bit about ethical issues which have come before the Massachusetts Judicial Court that have required a legal opinion. This will hopefully give you a better idea of how to advise clients on ethical issues and any uncertainties they may have. This opinion is given to answer the question of whether it is ethical to accept award money in recognition of community service. Was rendered on March 31st, 2010, and can be viewed by going to www.mass.gov/court. This opinion begins with a brief overview stating that the key issues of the case are A. Whether you may receive a monetary award through an awards program recognizing service to a community, and B. Whether you may designate a charitable organization to receive it if you cannot accept the award yourself. Next, the opinion gives an extensive description of the award and what exactly it entails. Then the opinion goes into the legal description of how the award is technically a gift, and the only material fact that matters in terms of identifying it is the actual amount of the gift. In this case, the amount of the gift precludes it from meeting the requirements of Section 4D because the amount is in excess of the amount that Section 4D allows. In terms of donating the money to a charity, this opinion states that although the money would not actually be given to the client, it would still pass through their hands and therefore would not be a simple private donation, but rather a fundraising activity, which is prohibited under Section 4C. Finally, the opinion ends with its legal opinion based on the law, which is that designation of the gift to a charity does not mitigate any of the prohibitions of Section 4D and is thus inappropriate. Now, after hearing a real legal opinion, I hope it is easier for you to understand the process of writing one. Hopefully you agree that that's true, and hopefully you've been paying attention because I have a pop quiz for you. Like all good things in life, if you do well, there will of course be a reward. Good luck.